Okay, students. So, last week we discussed about parental aspirations, right? Parental aspirations. So, when you say aspirations, that means they are expectations, parental expectations. The meaning of the word aspiration is expectations. This is what we learned last week. Okay. Educational qualifications are considered to be very important in the modern world. They are essential for people who want to find reasonably well paid employment in the professions. Okay, so professions last week we learned professions means jobs. For this reason, most parents try to get their children to work hard at school and achieve academic success. Academic means educational success, academic success by doing well in exams. Many parental aspirations. So, when you say aspirations, that means expectations. Many parental aspirations also include their children going to university and graduating with a good degree. Okay, so getting a degree is the meaning of the word graduating. Okay, getting a degree. Okay, not all children, however, are capable of achieving academic success. Yeah, not every kid is able to achieve academic success. This does not matter as long as parents are willing to accept this. Yeah, so it's a common thing that not every kid would be able to succeed academically, but this doesn't matter as long as parents are ready to accept this fact. But it is quite common for parents to think that all their children have to do is to study hard and they will pass their exams. Okay, so all the parents think that as long as their kids study hard they will pass their exams. That's what all the parents think. All too often, they just succeed in causing too much stress. Okay, too much stress. So, by asking their kids to study very hard, what the parents do is parents cause a lot of stress to their kids in their offspring. Offspring means when your kid is very young in the sense around 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, likewise, they are very young. At that age itself, they put a lot of stress on their kids because they want their kids to study hard. With the result that the children either get ill or fail exams that they might otherwise have passed. Yeah. So if a lot of stress hadn't been put onto these kids, they wouldn't have failed the exams. They would have passed the exams. They would have actually passed the exams. And sometimes because of too much stress, these kids get ill. That is also there. Since parents put a lot of stress on kids to study harder, and harder, sometimes kids because of too much stress they get sick or they might fail exams, which might have not happened if such a stress had not been put on those kids. That's what is stated there. There are some children who are quite bright. When you say bright, the meaning is they are able to study well, they are able to understand things quickly, they are able to grasp things well. So because of that, for those kids we use the word bright. But who are simply not interested in formal learning, yeah, those people are able. Now there are certain kids who are able to understand things quickly, catch up things faster, and they are able to do many things on their own. Certain kids are there like that, but they might not be interested in formal education, where they don't want to sit in a classroom and learn from a teacher in a traditional way, where textbook is given, information is there in the textbook, through the textbook you learn things. That's the traditional method, no? But some kids are not interested in that. That's a formal way of studying. So some kids are not interested in that. Because of that, those kids might not be able to uh, learn faster or learn well through that method. Okay, but if a different approach was used, sometimes those kids might learn faster. That is what is stated here. Some might be of an artistic bent. Okay, some students might have the artistic skill. Bent means skill. Okay, artistic skill, and wish to become an artist or designer, while some might have a talent for acting. Yeah, so certain kids are there, they want to be a singer, dancer, actor, painter. There are different artistic skills, no, artistic bents. So some kids want to follow those things, and become an artist, but parents don't want the kids to go in those paths. Parents want kids to study harder, and have a talent for acting. Yeah, sometimes they might have skill. Talent means it's a skill for acting. Others may show an aptitude for working with their hands. Yeah, aptitude means a special skill. Okay, for special skill only we use the word aptitude. Others may show an aptitude for working with their hands or want to start their own businesses and become entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs means business people. Business people who have started their businesses on their own or by themselves, and now they are successfully running their businesses. For those people, we use the word entrepreneurs. Aptitude means a special skill. Talent means that is also the skill. Artistic bent means artistic skill. It is perfectly possible for children to achieve such ambitions. Yeah, ambitions means goals in your life. However, their parents may well have other ideas which can lead to family conflict. Conflict means argument, fight. For that only we use the word conflict. Strangely enough, many parents are often reluctant. They don't like much. When you say reluctant, they don't like much to allow their children to follow in their footsteps. Yeah, they don't want their kids to do what they want to do in life. Parents want their kids to do what they think is right for their kid. For example, actors may not wish their children to have a career in the theater because of the uncertainty of the profession. Yeah, actors might not want their kids to become an actor. Why? Because the profession is so uncertain. There is some uncertainty in that profession. Because of that, actors don't want their kids to be in the field of acting. Business people may feel that their children will have more status in an academic profession than in the world of commerce. Yeah, those who have become businessmen might feel that their children might have good status in the society if they have become academically qualified and academically successful. Then those kids will have good status in the society. That's how business people might think, rather than putting their kids in the field of commerce. The opposite situation also arises. Parents who have worked hard to establish a business may want their children to become part of it, only to find that their sons and daughters prefer to look for completely different occupations. Yeah. So those who have built a successful business, those who have become successful entrepreneurs or business tycoons for that matter, they want their to kids to get into the family business and run the family business. But sometimes what they feel is kids don't want to get into the family business. They want to do a totally different occupation. Totally different job only they want to do. Occupation means it's a job. Occupation means it's a job. Each generation has different ideas, making communication between the two extremely difficult. Yeah. So each of the generation have different ideas. Your parents' ideas are different from your ideas. Your grandparents' ideas are different from your parents' ideas, and your parents' ideas are different from your ideas. Your ideas will be different from your kids' ideas. So generation-wise, the ideas are different. Thus has arisen the aptly named generation gap. Yeah. So because of that only the word generation gap has been created or coined. So aptly means suitably. The meaning of the word aptly is suitably. Okay. So this is what we discussed last week. දෙමව්පියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කිරීමට සෑම දරුවෙක්ම උත්සාහ කළත් හැම දරුවටම දෙමව්පියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කරන්න ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right. Try to write this one in English. දෙමව්පියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කිරීමට හැම දරුවෙක්ම උත්සාහ කළත් හැම දරුවාටම දෙමව්පියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කරන්න ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Manuli's answer. Every child tries to fulfill their parents' aspirations, but not every child can fulfill them. Yes. Manuli, full stop is missing in the sentence, but the sentence is correct. Every child tries to fulfill their parents' aspirations, but not every child can fulfill them. Yes, you are right. Devmila, can you also write? Although every child tries to fulfill their parents' expectations, not every child is able to fulfill their parents' expectations. Okay, Devamila, your sentence is also correct. Hmm? But Devamila, you have repeated the same thing. No? Okay, although every child tries to fulfill their parents' expectations, not every child is able to fulfill their parents' expectations. So, fulfill their parents' expectations, you have written it twice. Hmm? You don't have to write like that. Even though the sentence is correct, you don't have to write like that. The same thing doesn't have to be repeated. We can write it in a different way. I'll show you how to write that one. Huh? This one. දෙමාපියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කිරීමට සෑම දරුවෙක්ම උත්සාහ කළත් හැම දරුවාටම දෙමාපියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කරන්න ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Okay. Though every child tries to fulfill their parents' aspirations, expectations or aspirations, huh? One of those words you can use. Though every child tries to fulfill their parents' aspirations, හැම දරුවාටම දෙමාපියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කරන්න ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Not everyone is able to do so. එසේ කරන්න ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Do so. So you don't have to write the same thing again. Not everyone is able to fulfill their parents' aspirations. Now, how Devamila has written is, not every child is able to fulfill their parents' aspirations. Again, you don't have to write like that. You can simply say, not everyone is able to do so. එසේ කිරීමට හැමෝටම ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Not everyone is able to do so. Right? So you don't have to repeat the same thing. You can write like this. Though every child tries to fulfill their parents' aspirations, not everyone is able to do so. හැමෝටම එහෙම කරන්න ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right? Right. Next one. ශිෂ්‍යත්ව විභාගය සඳහා ළමුන්ට ඉතාමත් මහන්සි වී පාඩම් කරන ලෙස දෙමව්පියන් ප්‍රකාශ කරන නිසා ළමුන්ට මානසික ආතතියක් ඇති වෙනවා. Right. ලියන්න බලනවා මේක. Okay, Manoli. Children get stress due to the forcing of their parents to study hard for the scholarship exam. Devamila. Children, C has to be in capital, Devamila. That's the first letter of the sentence. So that has to be in capital. Children get stressed because parents tell children to study hard for the scholarship exam. Yeah. So, Devamila, when you write because, no need to place a comma before that. A comma is not required. Children get stressed because parents tell children to study hard for the scholarship exam. Yeah. Your sentence is correct, Devamila. Manoli is one. Children get stressed due to the forcing of their parents to study hard for the scholarship exam. Yeah. Manoli, your sentence is also correct. Huh? It's not wrong. ශිෂ්‍යත්ව විභාගය සඳහා ළමුන්ට ඉතාමත් මහන්සි පාඩම් කරන ලෙස දෙමාපියන් ප්‍රකාශ කරන නිසා ළමුන්ට මානසික ආතතියක් ඇති වෙනවා. Children get stressed because their parents ask them to study hard for the scholarship exam. Study very hard. Children get stressed because their parents ask them to study very hard for the scholarship exam. ශිෂ්‍යත්ව විභාගය සඳහා ළමුන්ට ඉතාමත් මහන්සි පාඩම් කරන ලෙස දෙමාපියන් ප්‍රකාශ කරන නිසා ළමුන්ට මානසික ආතතියක් ඇති වෙනවා. Children get stressed because their parents ask them to study very hard for the scholarship exam. Right. Next one. දෙමාපියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කිරීම උදෙසා ශිෂ්‍යත්ව විභාගයෙන් සමත් වීමට ළමුන් ඉතාමත් මහන්සි වී පාඩම් කළත් සමහර ළමුන්ට එම බලාපොරොත්තුව මානසික ආතතියක් ඇති කරනවා. Right. So I have connected previous two sentences and given it as one sentence. Okay. Now try to write this sentence in English. දෙමාපියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කිරීම උදෙසා ශිෂ්‍යත්ව විභාගයෙන් සමත් වීමට ළමුන් ඉතාමත් මහන්සි වී පාඩම් කළත්. Okay. සමහර ළමුන්ට එම බලාපොරොත්තුව මානසික ආතතියක් ඇති කරනවා. Okay. Try to write this sentence in English, students. Okay, Manuli's answer. Even though children try to study hard for the scholarship exam to fulfill their parents' aspirations. Parents' aspirations. Parents, apostrophe, yeah? Parents. After S, there should be an apostrophe only. Even though children try to study hard for the scholarship exam to fulfill their parents' aspirations, they get stressed out. They get stressed due to it. Yeah. සමහරක් ළමුන්නේ. Some children get stressed due to that. It should be written as due to that. Okay, yeah. This sentence is also correct, Manuli, but parents, after S, there should be an apostrophe, and the other thing is some children, not they. Not everybody, no. Some children get stressed due to that. Let's see Devmila's answer. Even though children try to study hard for the scholarship exam to fulfill their parents' aspirations. Parents' aspirations. So Devmila, you also, when you say parents, after S, there should be an apostrophe because both of the parents' aspirations. So because of that, there should be an apostrophe after the S. Fulfill their parents' aspirations, they get stressed due to it. Okay. You also have written they get. No, it says samahara lamunta, some students, some kids, or some children get stressed due to that. That's how it should be written. දෙමාපියන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ඉටු කිරීම උදෙසා ශිෂ්‍යත්ව විභාගයෙන් සමත් වීමට ළමුන් ඉතාමත් මහන්සි වී පාඩම් කළත්. Okay. Even though children study very hard even though children study very hard to pass the scholarship exam in order to fulfill their parents' aspirations. Even though children study very hard to pass the scholarship exam in order to fulfill their parents' aspirations, සමහර ළමුන්ට බලාපොරොත්තු මානසික ආතතියක් ඇති කරනවා. Okay, සමහර ළමුන්ට බලාපොරොත්තු මානසික ආතතියක් ඇති කරනවා. That aspiration causes stress to some children. That aspiration causes stress to some children. Even though children study very hard to pass the scholarship exam in order to fulfill their parents' aspirations, that aspiration බලාපොරොත්තුව that aspiration itself causes stress to some children. සමහර ළමුන්ට මානසික ආතතිය ඇති කරනවා. Right. Next one, students. ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක් වීම සඳහා විශේෂ දක්ෂතාවයක් ඇති සමහර ළමුන්ට ඒ මාර්ගයේ යෑම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය පහසුකම් ප්‍රමාණවත් ලෙස නැහැ. Right. ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක් වීම සඳහා විශේෂ දක්ෂතාවයක් ඇති සමහර ළමුන්ට ඒ මාර්ගයේ යෑම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය පහසුකම් ප්‍රමාණවත් ලෙස නැහැ. Okay. Try to write this one in English, students. Manuli's answer. Some children who have a lot of skills to be an entrepreneur have got insufficient facilities. Mm, yeah, rather than saying insufficient facilities, resources we can say. Hmm? Resources, huh? Rather than facilities, you could use the word resource. Hmm? Some children who have a lot of skills to be an entrepreneur have got insufficient resources, Manoli. Hmm? We can say insufficient resources rather than saying insufficient facilities. Hmm? Okay. Yeah, the sentence is correct, Manoli. Hmm? Good. Sentence is correct. Right. Manoli, you said another sentence as well. So send me that sentence. I'll check the answer. Okay. ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක් වීම සඳහා විශේෂ දක්ෂතාවක් ඇති සමහර ළමුන්ට ඒ මාර්ගයේ යෑම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය පහසුකම් ප්‍රමාණවත් ලෙස නැහැ. Okay. Some children who have special skills in business to be an entrepreneur. Some children who have special skills in business to be an entrepreneur don't have sufficient resources to follow that path. Some children who have special skills in business to be an entrepreneur don't have sufficient resources to follow that path. Hmm? To follow that path, they don't have sufficient resources. So, because of that, only they are not able to become entrepreneurs because they don't have sufficient resources. Hmm? Manli has sent the answer. Some children who are skillful in the world of business are unable to go ahead in that field due to lack of resources. Sure, that's excellent. That sentence is correct, Manli. Hmm? That's a very good sentence. Very nice. Yeah, that's an excellent one. Hmm? Okay, let me give you all one last sentence. Hmm? Okay. අධ්‍යාපනික දක්ෂතා දක්වන සමහර ළමුන්ට ජීවිතේ ජයගන්න අපහසු වෙනවා. Right. ලියන්න බලන්න ළමයි. අධ්‍යාපනික දක්ෂතා දක්වන සමහර ළමුන්ට ජීවිතේ ජයගන්න අපහසු වෙනවා. Manoli. Some children, some when you write some Manoli, that's the first letter of the sentence. So it has to be in S has to be in capital. Hmm. Some is the first word of the sentence. So because of that, the letter S has to be written in capital. Some children with academic skills are unable to succeed in their life. Succeed in their life. Hmm. Succeed in their life. Then the sentence is correct. Hmm. What we have written is almost correct, but that preposition is missing. Some children with academic skills are unable to succeed in their life. Some children with academic skills are unable to succeed in their life. Hmm? Some children with academic skills are unable to succeed in their life. That's how it has to be written. Hmm? Devamila, some children with academic skills are unable to succeed in their life. Yeah, Devamila, your sentence is correct. Hmm? අධ්‍යාපනික දක්ෂතා දක්වන සමහර ළමුන්ට ජීවිතේ ජය ගන්න අපහසු වෙනවා. Yeah. Some children who are academically successful. Some children who are academically successful අධ්‍යාපනික දක්ෂතා දක්වන සමහර ළමුන්ට ජීවිතේ ජය ගන්න අපහසු වෙනවා. Find it difficult to succeed in their life. Some children who are academically successful find it difficult to succeed in their life. Hmm? Find it difficult to succeed in their life. Okay. So these are the sentences that we have written today. There are how many sentences? One, two, three, four, five. We have written five sentences, and we have learnt a lot in grammar in these through these sentences. Okay,